Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dragon's Lair for one of the best rivalries in the region. And a long-standing neighbors have had a history of fantastic games, and this will just be the latest chapter in it as the Howard Community College Dragons take on the Montgomery Raptors. Mark Winkle bringing the action today as the game between these two teams, as we have an early chance for Montgomery already. As difficult to see what number that is. These Montgomery numbers are black numbers on black uniforms with a little bit of purple in it, so we'll do our best to try to figure out who is who. They are going from left to right on your screen today for this first half, and for the Dragons, they are in their home whites, going from right to left in this first half. A nice turn there by Natalie Mejia, and she gives it away as that is the Dragons' number 4, Madison Zubak, who had taken control. She's been moved around quite a lot this year from defense to midfield and back, and currently is in the center of the park for the Dragons in this game. Played over the top by Navas Gonzalez, but that will roll all the way to the Dragons goalkeeper, Haley Murray. These two teams used to be the top two teams in the Division III for Region 20, and were consistently going up against each other in regional championships year after year. Since then, both teams have moved up to different divisions. For Montgomery, they are a Division I team. The Dragons are a Division II team, so a little bit less importance than it used to have in previous years, but still, the two neighboring counties, two top-notch programs. You are likely to see some fireworks in these matches still, regardless of what divisions they're in. Raptors come in with a 5-3 record, coming off of a 4-game winning streak, including playing last night against the nationally ranked CCBC Essex Knights, as the Dragons have their first opportunity with Amy Rodriguez crossing it in. Tessa Snoddy was waiting for it, but it is scooped up by the Raptors' Lizzie Mayo. As I was saying, the Raptors' 4-game winning streak last night played at CCBC Essex and won 3-2 in a thrilling match. Previous to that, they beat Hartford 3-1. They beat Anne Arundel 1-0, and they beat Southern Maryland 5-0. So they are on quite a roll right now. As for the Dragons, they had been on a roll, had a 6-game winning streak snapped when they traveled to New Jersey over this past weekend, where they lost at Sussex County 4-2. But were able to respond back with a double overtime winner at Mercer County 2-1. And the headline stories for that one was the goal-scoring prowess of Talia Stangerlin, who just went absolutely on fire over the weekend and really carrying the Dragons. So a collision there between the Dragons' Poloni and I believe that is Gonzalez. Murray will punt it away. The Raptors come to the game averaging 15 shots per game, which is a little bit on the low side when you consider that the Dragons come in averaging 21 shots per game. But the most impressive stat for the Dragons, opponents have just 6 shots per game against them in contests this year. As this one gets all the way through, Sonati cuts in front of the goalkeeper, shot, goal! And just like that, Tessa Sonati puts the Dragons ahead. Just came out of nowhere as it was clearly misplayed by Mayo. And Sonati happy to pounce on that one. And give credit to the assist to Molly Nichols for that cross into the box. And a fantastic start for Howard. Montgomery had only given up 3 goals in the last 4 games combined, and have already given up 1 in the first 5 minutes of this contest. That one's played long as it will roll the way down. Looks like it was Rainier Kirksey Walcott, who is playing on an island on the front line for Montgomery, as they appear to be playing in a 4-5-1, really trying to stack the midfield and play it to Walcott. Given away by the Raptors. This is Rodriguez, plays over the top. Sonati runs past her defender, touch into the box, and a good shield by the Montgomery defense as Mayo is able to pick it up. Punted to the middle of the field, and now it's going to be played long again, looking for Walcott. She is on sides, but it is going to be Murray off her line again, able to scoop it up. Foul in the middle of the park as Talia Stangerlin was fouled attempting to get possession, and the Dragons will be able to move forward. Played into the box as Jobs puts it right in. Stangerlin trying to fight through it. Stangerlin puts it in the net, but it is going to be offsides as the assistant referee on the far sideline had his flag raised. So Stangerlin had been able to poke it in, but it will be negated by the offsides call. Played wide again, and Sonati cuts it inside. She's trying to play through to Stangerlin. A good look there, but Stangerlin just a fraction too late in starting her run. But a great, at least, idea from Sonati. Cut out by Jackson as she plays all the way up. Stangerlin able to hold up play. Now it's going to be Montgomery coming through, as I believe that was Mejia who takes it away. Pisano. Molina gives that a 1 away, but it's played first time. Again, going over the top, trying to find Walcott. Jobs does a good job of shielding her away and plays it out safely. Thrown in short, played off of the Montgomery player, and the referee on the near side correctly calls that it was hit off of the toe of Michelle Espinoza Mejia. Thrown over the top. Stangerlin, a touch over Espinoza, now played to the middle, but nobody home. Misplayed. Nauman gets it for the Dragons, tries to find Nichols on the far side. Nichols cannot make the turn. As a strong play there by the left back of the Raptors. Zubak looks for Sonati on the wing. Sonati keeps it in bounds. Now she'll cut it inside. Plays to the corner for Stangerlin. Stangerlin able to keep it in bounds. One-on-one, tries to turn to the baseline. What a turn there. Stangerlin trying to find someone to go to. Nauman plays it through. Shot! Goal! Dragons double their lead. Molly Nichols pokes it home, and Howard ahead 2-0 early. So that will be one of those rare times where a double assist will be given, as the cross by Stangerlin played through by Jenna Nauman, and the Dragons ahead 2-0 after just 10 minutes of play. Mentioned before that Montgomery played a grueling match last night against Essex, and you have to wonder if fatigue, playing in 2 tough matches within 24 hours of each other, will be a part of this match. Booted forward by the Dragons. Now it's going to be the Raptors that will try to slow things down. They'll play it to their back line as Angie Corpeño will have time to turn and look. Plays it over the top. Good trap by Navas. Navas finds Molina. Mejia with space. She makes the turn. Passes inside to Navas. Navas will try a long shot, and that goes just over the crossbar. But a good look there from Luisa Navas. Out of play for a throw-in. Played into, by Espinoza into Pisano. Mejia. Mejia, she's going to try a long left-footed shot, and Murray is there to make the save. As you can see, the Raptors have absolutely no problem letting it rip from long distance. But that will rarely work out against the former All-American goalkeeper, Haley Murray. Nichols tries to find Stangerlin. She's able to get a touch around. Plays it through to Sonati. Sonati makes a touch inside. She's going to try a long shot and lifts that one just over the crossbar. Another good look for the Dragons on the counterattack. Lizzie Mayo in her bright blue goalkeeper uniform, insisting that her team push up as they were looking to try to play it short. Now she'll just play it long. Montgomery gets control of the second ball. Again, tries to play over the top is Pisano, and Poloni takes possession for Howard. Montgomery really trying to see if they can catch the Dragons' defensive line napping and trying to play through Walcott. Poloni again steps up. A good job by her. And now it's going to be played into the box again over the top. This time it's going to be Murray who comes all the way up, and she will just palm the ball down and get control of it with Navas bearing down on her. Throws it out wide. Sonati using her speed to just get through. She'll hit one with a little bit of backspin, trying to have it sit up for Stangerlin. She lost sight of it for a second, and a good defensive play by Corpeño. As that will clear the danger. Walcott comes back to pick it up for Montgomery, and she will play it wide to Navas, who has a heavy touch, and it will go out of play. Played over the top once again. Mejia looking for Walcott, and you have to wonder if Walcott's just going to get worn out trying to chase down these long balls. Montgomery's bench not overly deep. They've got 4 substitutes listed on the roster, and not entirely sure that all of them are active in this game, but we will see what they do for substitutions. Again, this is a beautiful ball over the top, though. This time, Jackson having to fight with Walcott. Walcott, she'll try a left-footed shot, blocked away by Jackson. Walcott still trying to gain possession. She does in the corner. Now up against Jackson. She'll play it backwards. And that one will roll out of play for a Howard throw-in. once again, Montgomery hit that through ball just a little bit too much. And Murray showing no rush to let go of that ball. Murray will pick the ball up and punt it deep. Stangerlin trying to fight her way through with Rodriguez in support, but it will be Mejia who picks it up for the Raptors. Played over the top. Walcott again trying to get behind the Dragons defense. Shot by Walcott. Murray dives to her left and makes the save. A line drive kick by Murray looking for the outlet. Played back to Riley Scott. Scott, a great ball up to Stangerlin. Stangerlin tried to leave it off for Nichols, but Nichols had already run past her, and it will be out for a Montgomery throw-in. A long shot once again, and Murray again is tested, but makes the save. So it's easy to see why Montgomery has no problem letting loose, as they do have some strong legs, especially in that midfield. And I can imagine against lesser goalkeepers, that certainly would be a problem, but Murray has proven to be one of the best goalkeepers in this region for the last 3 years now. Stangerlin. A nice flick on by Rodriguez. Rodriguez, it's in for Zubak. Zubak into the box. Goal! Dragons ahead 3-0. And what a smart touch by Amy Rodriguez to flick it on forward. And Zubak made a brilliant run behind her and just went into the box wide open and in. Stunning turn of events here as the Dragons ahead 3-0, 17 minutes into the game. Raptors coming right back, trying to get one back. And again, a good job by the Dragons defense to clear it out. Dragons coming to the game averaging 3.5 goals per game. And already looking in a position to perhaps surpass that in the first half alone. Not to say that Montgomery haven't had their chances. The Dragons have just had better ones and have been able to convert it. Perhaps one of the most glaring issues with the Dragons this year has been just their final touches and being able to take advantage of all of the great opportunities they've had and just putting it into the back of the net. No such problem this game, as they have been lethal in front of the Raptors' net. For Montgomery, the 3 goals they've allowed in this game so far matches the most that they've given up to anybody all season long, as they fell to Harcum College back in mid-September, 5-3. Excuse me, that with the exception of playing against Monroe College, where they lost 11-0, but one might be able to excuse that as Monroe College won the national championship as recently as a year or two ago, so that's about as tough of a game as you'll see across the nation in women's college for junior college. Handball called against Montgomery. This one will go into the box. Jobst finds Sonati, and Sonati tried a turn and shot and just couldn't quite hit it cleanly as that goes wide. Montgomery comes into the game with a 4-0 record against Maryland teams. As I mentioned, they beat Southern Maryland, Anne Arundel, Hartford, and Essex. And those are some really good squads in that list. But here they are in Columbia, Maryland, and the Dragons so far just have their number. Strong play as Mejia goes through the middle. Looks for Navas on the overlap and cut out by Scott. Strong hustle by Nichols trying to cut that out. But it will be the Raptors that take possession. Into Navas. Plays it back to Mejia. Back to Navas. A good 1-2 ball. Walcott flicks it on for Navas. Navas will try a shot. Goes off the near side post. Murray had the post covered. But in the end, it will be just picked up by Murray. Scott booms one over the top, looking for Rodriguez, headed out for a Dragons throw-in, and they will make their second substitution of the game as Issa Krutner will come in and will replace Amy Rodriguez up top. Dragons had made a sub after their second goal, I believe it was, with Anna Burns replacing Talia Stangerlin. So now the Dragons just trying to rotate that front line and keep their forwards fresh. Scott plays it in a low curling ball. Nauman helps it through to Jobst. Jobst goes over the top, looking for a couple of Dragons that were in the box. It's going to be cleared out. A nice job by Corpeño once again. She really is the anchor of that Raptors defense. Busy day here at the Dragons Athletic campuses. Right behind us, we can see the cross-country and track and field teams practicing on the turf field. Adjacent to us, the men's lacrosse team warms up for their fall season. And the men's soccer team in the opposite corner practicing as they look to take on the Montgomery Raptors men's team tomorrow at 4 p.m. right here in the Dragons Lair. As we have 3 straight days of soccer in Columbia, with the women's team coming right back here on Friday to take on Southern Maryland in the final of their regional divisional matches, which will help decide the seeding for the regional tournament, which again will be right here in Columbia, Maryland, as Howard Community College hosts the Region 20 Division II men and women's championships, the semifinals and final matches, all right here in the Dragons Lair, starting on October 27th, with the finals being on October 30th. Pisano able to gain a throw-in for the Raptors. Espinoza goes to the middle, looking for Mejia. Mejia goes to the ground. She will play it backwards. Goes back to Mejia. Mejia tries to dart around a couple Dragons. She's going to try another long left shot, but this one's going to bounce in front of Murray, who will catch it easily off the one hop. Scott again trying to go over the top. This one's headed away, but Nichols goes back to the middle. Cut out by Montgomery. Now they'll look to counter. Played quickly up to Walcott. Walcott finds the sprinting Navas, but Riley Scott does a nice job to recover and play it out. Pretty good crowd on hand for this game as well, for a Wednesday matinee contest. Sonati trying to turn on it and taken off her foot by Mejia. Good ball movement by the Raptors. Now they're trying to play some small ball and just work their way up the field. Mejia again cuts it inside. She plays it up to Walcott, who checks back for it. A nice touch around Poloni. Now Walcott will try for the long shot, and that will go just over the top right corner of the Dragons' net. I have to say, I think she had the opportunity to take another dribble or two forward before letting it go. Talking earlier about the matchup between these two teams, and over the last 8 years since the modern stat keeping for the Dragons has taken place, the Dragons have a 4-6 record against these Montgomery Raptors as they continue to have gone back and forth. In fact, the most lopsided game between these two teams over their history was the last time they met, as the Dragons were able to prevail 9-1 back on October 23rd of 2019, the last time these teams played, almost 2 years ago to the day. Sonati tries to go around the Montgomery defense, and Krutner couldn't get there in time, as Corpeño will play it out. Remy Rollins will replace Jenna Nauman in the middle of the park for the Dragons, with Stangerlin giving Sonati a much-deserved rest. What a first half she has had so far in this game. Stangerlin plays it into Rollins. Rollins, her first touch of the game. She'll try for a shot. That one's blocked away. Burns gets the follow-up, and her shot will go well high of the net as she just got under that a little bit too much. In the last 10 contests between these two teams, the Dragons have averaged just 2.5 goals per game. And again, just a shocking development of Howard exceeding that in this first half alone, in the first 15 minutes of play. Zubak tries to play it forward. Krutner late to make the run. She will now try to press high, and Montgomery easily able to play their way out of it. This is Hudson. Finds Pisano. Rollins takes it away, and Pisano forced to just play it out. Zubak tries to dribble around Pisano, but a heavy touch. Good pressure by Hudson. And Jobs mishit that one as it slices out of bounds for a throw-in. That's misplayed. Burns trying to get around, and a good recovery there by the Montgomery defense and played out by Mayo. Nichols again able to chase that one down as the Dragons midfield is just out hustling the Raptors right now. Played out. Zubak will try to go forward again, and again it's going to be Corpeño able to clear it out, but only as far as Stangerlin. Stangerlin tries to play it back to Zubak, just a little bit misplayed. Jackson finds Rollins. Rollins trying to tell somebody to make a run, and both of the forwards for the Dragons just standing still on that one. And because of that, the through ball will go all the way to the Raptors goalkeeper. Lizzie Mayo, the 5'9" freshman goalkeeper out of Germantown, Maryland. She's coming to this game having started 7 games for the Raptors with a 1.86 goal allowed average and an 83% save percentage. She does have a 3-2 record with 2 shutouts in this season. For the Dragons, Haley Murray has played in every minute in goal for Howard this season with a .99 goal allowed average, just under that magic number 1 number, and an 87% save percentage. Just 15 minutes left to play in this first half. And if you're Howard, you are perfectly content with just holding on and going into the break with this 3-0 lead. Montgomery really having to press forward, trying to find one back and just claw their way back into this game. Good turn there as Navas tried to turn and shoot, blocked away. Mejia. A strong run forward, trying to find Walcott, and this time Walcott will be caught off sides as Espinoza had been making a bombing run forward from the defensive line, and Walcott just a hair offsides on that play. That will go out of bounds, and that will allow both teams to make substitutions as a couple of players who have not made an appearance in this game will come in. Yassine Kamara for the Dragons comes in for Issa Krutner. And for the Raptors, their first substitution of the game, as Femke Hofkamp will replace Malia Hudson. Raptors able to get it out to their far side wing as they attempt to play it up, but again, it's going to be Jackson who clears it out before any damage can be done. Rollins. Zubak. Given away, but the Dragons will be happy to give it right back in that situation. Not the best ball by Zubak, as she had options short and decided to go over the top instead. This will be Mejia again. She plays a beautiful ball forward for Navas. Navas into the corner of the goal box, trying to find some shooting space. Still working on it. Collision between Navas and Jackson, and Dragons get it out. Burns able to fight her way to possession. Kamara tries to assist. And it will be Carpeño who again gets it back. She gives that away. Slide tackle, and a foul will be called on the play as it looked like it was Mejia who just clipped the angle of Rollins. Played quickly by Jackson. Nichols gets possession. Makes a nice move. Gets herself some space to cross, but ends up not making the cross. She'll play it back. It will be Riley Scott who makes the cross. And Mayo, with nobody challenging for it, will catch the ball cleanly. Carpeño able to make a turn. She'll play it forward, looking for Hofkamp. Jobst. Stangerlin tries a little stutter step. Keeps it inbound. She's still running on the near sideline. She'll play it forward to Kamara. Kamara, shot! And that goes just wide. A great build-up play by Talia Stangerlin. And Yassine Kamara got a good contact on that shot, but just couldn't quite get it on frame. As now Sonati will come back in, replacing Burns, with Sonati going into the wing and Stangerlin going to the front line for Howard. Given away, Rollins into the box, trying to get a shot off, taken away at the last second, as the Raptors defense just able to close on it before Rollins could let it loose. Poked forward, but right into the foot of Mejia. She'll go over the top again, and a little bit of miscommunication between her midfielder on the far side as the Raptor was making the run to the middle and Mejia was trying to go for the corner. Walcott gets a touch. Now makes the turn around Poloni. Poloni staying with her, trying to harass her, and it will be played back. Dragons way too passive on defense. It's going to be Navas will take a shot. It was deflected, but Murray able to get control. Murray will roll this one out to Scott. Scott again will try to just hit a long ball, headed forward by the Raptors. Now played up. Walcott, she's got room in front. Jackson was caught out a little bit here. Walcott, she'll get the shot off. It's deflected by Jackson. And again, a good job by Murray to recognize the situation and keep the ball in bounds to prevent the corner kick. So Jackson caught a little bit too high up the pitch. Walcott got behind, but Jackson recovered nicely and made sure that Walcott couldn't get a clean shot off. Given away by Jobs too easily. Mejia read that one all the way. She'll play it forward for Navas. Navas, she's got room to look now. She's going to try another shot, and that one again will go just over the crossbar. But the Raptors have really picked up the energy here in these last few minutes. So for the Raptors, Joanna Quinteros Pereira will go into the game for the first time, as Walcott will get her first rest of the game. Nichols finds the overlapping Zubac. Zubac with acres of space to run into. She'll try to play it early and cut out again. Nichols tried to follow it up and take it away off the foot of Elijah Cobbs. Thrown forward. Stangerlin again trying to make the turn on Cobbs. She's able to do so. Crosses the middle. Snotty gets on the other end of it. Snotty takes a touch in the box. She'll try a shot. A pile of bodies into the middle as two of the Raptors came diving through. Snotty's shot was blocked as it never got through. And players from both sides are up a little bit gingerly from that play, but Snotty back into it, into the corner. Cut it to the top of the box. Now she'll cross it in. Three Dragons were waiting for it in the middle, but a great job once again by Corpeño to head it over the top, as we will see the first corner kick for either team in this game. Molly Nichols takes it to the far side corner. The right-footed outswinger. Gets some good height into this one, puts it right on the penalty spot, and it's going to be headed out. Zubac try to settle it down, plays it over to Scott. Scott's got some room to be able to cross it in the box. She does just that, but just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper as Mayo will pick it up uncontested. Rollins knocks it down for Howard. Pisano able to get it back. Mejia finds Navas. Lays it off and a misplay there. Now Howard will try to take advantage. Sonati has nobody really in front of her. Slide tackle from behind. Mejia lucky that she missed on that one. Sonati now will try a shot, and that one goes well wide as she didn't hit that one cleanly. But Mejia, very, very lucky that she did not make contact with Sonati, as that slide tackle from behind, if she had made contact with Sonati, would have likely resulted in a card. Great turn again by Mejia. She opens up space. She'll play it up for Hofkamp. Looking for Navas, but Jackson gets it back. Rollins, first touch out wide to Nichols. She'll play it back for Rollins. Rollins tries to get into Kamara. Kamara trying to fight for it. Stangerlin fighting for it. Kamara now will get a shot off, and that one goes just wide. Another great opportunity for Kamara and the Dragons, as they continue to get great scoring opportunities. Played quickly and short by Mayo. Cleared out. Hofkamp heads it over to Pisano. Pisano looking for Navas. And Jobs just gets it out in time with Navas breathing down the back of her neck. Mejia trying to shake off Sonati. Those two duking it out as Navas gets the shot off. Another strong left-footed shot from Navas. And once again, it is going to be Murray who takes control. Now Howard trying to go back the other way. Kamara gets it for Howard. She's on an island looking for help. Kamara will just take it herself, and her shot will go wide. And after Walcott got about 3 minutes of rest, she was put right back into the fray, as Hofkamp will be the one to take a break. Just 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Rollins, first to it, tries to play it forward for Stangerlin, and Corpeño, again, just forced to play it out. Snotty throws it back to Jobst. She'll look to switch the field. A great play by her as Riley Scott has the opportunity to look up. She will hit a long shot in as Mayo will easily just grab the one hopper. Again, Rollins wins it in the middle of the field for the Dragons. Kamara plays it back. Rollins, heavy touch. Zubak pokes it forward. Rollins gets control. Not sure what she was looking for there, if she was trying to shoot it or pass it, but as she was falling to the ground, just plays it forward. Again, Rollins off of the goalkeeper's foot, able to get control. What an impact she has had in this game since she has come off the bench. Sonati flips it up in the air for herself, tricked up, stays with it under double coverage. Still Snotty with it now. The third helper for the Raptors gets the ball cleared out. Navas trying to go up by herself. Good hustle, but ultimately just too much to ask from her. Jackson tries to flip it up to Nichols. Cut out again by the Raptors. Played forward to Walcott. It's a sprint race between Walcott and Jackson. Jackson gets there first and is able to shield it nicely to get a goal kick for Howard. Just 1 minute remaining. Some contact between players from both teams on the far sideline. Dragons get the throw and played quickly. Stangerlin looking for somewhere to go to. She'll backheel it to Nichols. A little bit of flair from the Dragons forward. Howard with just 20 seconds left, trying to find one last opportunity, but Stangerlin gives it away. Navas by herself. Dribbles sideways now, finds
10, 9, 8,
Quinteros.
7, 6,
And
5,
Poloni will just
4,
clear it out.
3,
And that will
2,
do it for the first
1.
half. And what a first half it was for the Howard Dragons as they take a 3-0 lead into the first half. Into the halftime break. We will take a break and be back here with you with second half action after this intermission. Second half action underway here in Columbia, Maryland, as the Howard Community College Dragons and the Montgomery College Raptors do battle for 45 more minutes, with the Dragons anteed 3 goals after a brilliant start to this game. And the Raptors will be chasing that for this second half. Howard in their white home uniforms going from left to right on your screen, and the Raptors of Montgomery College in their all blacks going from right to left in the second half. Raptors trying to work the ball up the field. Nice movement as they get it over to Cobbs, and Snotty able to put some pressure on, but Cobbs gets the throw in. Molina. Sun poking through for the first time today, as is just over the tree line. That will have an effect on these players who have seen nothing but overcast in this game. Played forward to Navas. Navas tries to get around Jackson, and Jackson able to stick her foot out at just the right time to take it away. Given away cheaply by Zubak, as the Dragons just a little bit too slow getting on the movement out of this out of the halftime. Walcott tries to play it in for Navas. Navas trying to go through as she kicks the ball into the chest of Murray, but Murray holds on strong. And a very nice play by the Dragons goalkeeper in her pink goalkeeper uniform. Snotty caught pulling a little bit too much there, and that will be a foul called against the Dragons. Very few whistles in that first half. In fact, just 3 combined fouls called in the entire first half for both teams. 2 for the Raptors, all 3 were against the Raptors. So that was actually the Dragons' first foul of the game called against them. None in the first half. Stangerlin plays it up to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for somewhere to go. She'll keep switching the field over to Sonati, who tried to nutmeg Cobbs, and Cobbs able to close the door on that one. Strong play by Rollins, who has started the second half after a really strong first half where she came off the bench and made a huge impact. Given away. Now it's the Raptors looking upfield. Looks like the Raptors have switched things up a bit, as Navas is the one that's playing the central forward role, with Walcott on the left side of the front line, as they look to be more of a 4-3-3, pushing bodies forward, knowing that they need to get 3 goals in the second half to claw their way back. Molina plays it back for Velasquez. Corpena looking to go wide. Nice job by Mejia, who tried to keep it in but unable to do so, as the Raptors have also moved Mejia up the field a little bit further, again trying to get bodies up the pitch in an effort to get their offense rolling. Molina finds Pisano. Walcott checks back for it, Looks for Navas. Navas able to hold it up. Takes on Snotty one-on-one, and Snotty able to poke it away. Cobb saves it. Snotty again comes sliding through, pokes the ball away. Jackson gets it back to her. Snotty plays it around Cobbs. What a play by Snotty, and here she goes down the right sideline. Tries to cut it back to the middle. Now it's a slide tackle by Cobbs, who gets the ball cleanly. What a slide tackle by Elijah Cobbs. She timed that perfectly, but plays the ball out of bounds for a Howard throw-in. Sonati tries to get through Cobbs, but Cobbs again wins that battle. Zubak comes flying through to take it off of the foot of Pisano. And I believe that was hit out for a corner kick, and the referees are in agreement as it went off of the toe of Pisano with Zubak trying to cross it in. And Howard will get their second corner kick of the game and the second of the contest, as Montgomery still looking for their first opportunity from the corner. Sophie Jobs will hit the left-footed in-swinger. Snotty was first to, tried to play it back to Poloni, missed the target. Now Howard trying to just get the ball back going forward again. Neither team able to get clear possession at the moment. And now it's going to be Nichols who comes flying through and gets the ball in the corner. Strong battle there between the two players, and Nichols puts a forearm shiver into the Raptors player and will be called for the foul. For those of you just joining us, it was a fast and furious start for the Dragons as Tessa Sonati, Molly Nichols, Madison Zubak all scored within the first 17 minutes of this game to give Howard the early 3-0 lead. Raptors have had their chances, but most of them have been on longer shots, which the Howard goalkeeper Haley Murray has been up to the task thus far, holding on to the shutout. Scott dribbles herself into trouble there, but Walcott only able to just poke the ball out of bounds. Snotty plays it back to Jackson. Finds Rollins with space in the middle. She's got plenty of time to turn. Now she'll go to the corner. Played brilliantly for Nichols. Nichols, first touch, just a bit too much, and that will roll out. But again, a good build-up by the Dragons. As they are not content with just sitting back on a 3-0 lead. They still continue to come forward. Rollins heads it forward. Played out, but Rollins tracks it down again. Collision between her and Pisano, I believe that is, and Rollins just hits it forward, trying to make sure that the Raptors can't start a fast break. Now, played forward. Poloni cuts that one out. And Nichols is only able to toe poke that all the way through. For the Dragons, they enter in their second to last week of the regular season. As I mentioned before, they will host Southern Maryland in their final divisional matchup of the year this Friday. Dragons trying to get forward again, but poor touch there. And they will close out the regular season when they travel to CCBC Catonsville, who have dropped down to a club team this year, and that game will be at 4 p.m. on the campus of Catonsville on Monday, October 18th. Dragons had a contest against Hartford on October 20th scheduled, but that one has been canceled, which means that October 18th game will be the final regular season game before the regional championship. And as I mentioned in the first half, as that handball was not seen, Dragons' Amy Rodriguez was able to get a shot off, but a good save by Mayo. So the regional tournament for the women's side, semifinals will be on Wednesday, October 27th, again at the Dragons Lair right here in Columbia, Maryland, with the semifinals matches being at 12 o'clock and 2:30. Matchups to be decided. The finals for the regional tournament will be on October 30th, a Saturday, at 12 p.m. for the women's finals. As that one's cleared out, but only as far as Rollins. Rollins will try a shot, and her own teammate, Stangerlin, gets in the way of that one. Tried to jump out of the way, but unable to do so. That regional tournament could be up for grabs for any of the teams participating, as Zubak will try a long shot here. Mayo in a great position to catch that one and make the save. The likely competitors for that tournament being CCBC Essex, Potomac State, Southern Maryland, and your Howard Dragons. Will make for quite a quartet. Very likely could result in, no matter what the matchups are, some good, close, competitive games. The same four teams played in the regional tournament last year, with the finals end up being the Howard versus CBC Essex. The Dragons were able to win that regional final, but ultimately lost in the district final to Essex. However, both teams did advance to the D2 National Tournament in Georgia. As you've seen, Kamara will replace Talia Stangerlin. Neither Essex nor Howard were able to win a contest in the group stages of the national tournament, but both are hoping to have a little bit more success this time around. Played forward by Walcott, and again it's cut out by the Dragons defense. Sonati making a strong run down the near sideline. Tries to take on Cobbs, gets around Cobbs into the box. Cobbs is able to recover nicely, gets the inside position, but she will play it out of bounds for a corner kick. And again, here comes Jobst to take it. As for Montgomery, they're in the Division I, which means they will go up against some heavy hitters around the East Coast, with Monroe College, Monroe Community College, Harcum College, all joining in with schools like Montgomery and Hartford for the Division I district tournament. And what a tournament that will be. A whole lot of talented players will be involved all at the same time, as Jobst tries to curl that one to the near post, and it does exactly that as she hit the near post, and it goes out for a goal kick. These two schools will go up against each other tomorrow, as the men's teams will get their chance to play on this field. Start time for that one also at 4 p.m. And again, that is another traditional rivalry where a whole lot of players, especially for the players who have played in club teams, they are very likely familiar with each other, being in neighboring counties. Montgomery trying to break out for a counterattack. Pisano tried to help it along to Navas. Scott got to it, but Walcott picks up the slop. She'll try to play it forward this time for Mejia, and she can't quite get that on her feet. Excuse me, that was Hudson, who wasn't able to control that one. Nichols, right in front of us here, will settle it down, play it back to Scott. Scott will go up to Rodriguez, who is unable to really settle it down in front of her. Kamara finds Rodriguez. Nichols. It'll be her chance to take on Cobbs. And again, they just try the same move that Sonati tried of just going around her, and Cobbs read that one and able to get the inside position. Now Navas, using her speed, gets around Scott. Jackson steps forward, but Navas is able to get around. Now it's Walcott. Her first touch towards the outside. Now she's going to try to look back inside. Plays it back for Pisano. Looking for Hudson, and Rollins does a great job of coming back from midfield and will get 2 clears out on one play. Poloni showing some great hustle, trying to keep ball chasing and not giving Navas any time to be able to turn. Now she'll drop off and nobody really picks up. Nichols does put on the pressure now and gives it away. Now Zubak looking for Kamara and just played that a little too heavy as it will roll all the way down to Mayo. Molina. What a turn by Mejia. Just breaks the ankles of Rollins on that one. And Sonati able to poke it out on the recovery. Pisano will try her luck on another long, audacious effort. And that one will just roll towards Murray. Murray finds Nichols. Nichols picks her head up and tries to play for Rodriguez, but not really where she was looking to go on that one. And that one will go out for a goal kick as the Dragons will make a double substitution with Stangerlin and Burns entering, Rodriguez and Kamara coming out. Zubak floats one back into the box. And we'll be out for Howard throwing. Since that opening rush by Howard, the game has definitely settled into being a very even affair. Both teams getting chances toward the other's goal. And Sonati again cuts it out. Here goes Tessa Sonati. Tries to just rush through. She gets pulled back into the box. Shot. That goes wide as Sonati could not put that on goal. But what an effort by her as she sliced through 3 Raptor defenders. Could not contain her and just couldn't quite find the back of the net. Goal kick. Again, it's the Dragons' first to it, this time in the form of Madison Zubak. That will be out for Raptors throw-in as the assistant referee on the near side looking to struggle with the sun here as I don't think is able to properly see that one. Is trying to shade the sun away from his eyes. Velazquez tries to switch the field. Jobs steps forward, but Mejia will pick up on the second ball. Zubak. Forward to Stangerlin. Stangerlin gets to it. Stangerlin shot into the empty net. Goal! Howard ahead 4-0. Talia Stangerlin just cut inside of both the Montgomery defender and goalkeeper, who both thought that they were going to get to it first. Zubak with a great pass to set it forward. And Howard ahead 4-0. So the Raptors have a huge hole to climb out of now, down 4-0 with 25 minutes left. Snotty takes it away. Dragons on the attack again. Snotty gets into the box. Tessa Snotty shot. Goal! Dragons again just strike back. And it is all Howard today. As the fatigue of the Raptors playing in back-to-back games against tough opponents really seems to be setting in. And the Dragons, full of energy right now, taking full advantage. Now, can the Raptors find any kind of response? As this will be Mejia trying to run forward. Still under pressure. Jackson trying to shield her off, and a great job by Celia Jackson, allowing Murray the chance to get forward and take the ball into her hands. Snotty tries a mortar shot of a pass forward. Burns chasing after it. Velazquez gets to it and plays it out. Stangerlin can't quite get to that one. And Howard will make a double substitution once again. And Nauman will go in for Zubak, who just picked up an assist on that play, with Krutner coming in for Burns. Now Krutner getting right involved in the action, trying to get control. Mejia gets it. Pisano looking forward to try to get to Navas, and Scott does a good job of cutting off the angle again, playing it back to Haley Murray, who just plays it back wide to Scott. What a play by Nichols. Turn on Cobbs. Nutmegs are on that play. She'll play it forward, but Krutner just got turned around on that one as she did a little spinorama and can't get control of the ball. Almost given away to Stangerlin, who tried to play it quickly. Navas being chased down by Scott. Navas still looking, and she just falls into the ground. Scott plays it up to Stangerlin, and Snotty takes control. Sonati will try to take on two. She gets into the box again. Sonati plays it over to Krutner, and Krutner just can't get to it in time to get a shot off. Tessa Sonati has just been a menace to the Raptors all game long. Rollins finds Stangerlin. Stangerlin's got some room to shoot. She will let one go, and her left-footed shot just goes over the crossbar. As the Raptors just a little bit slow to close them down there. Nauman heads it straight into the air. Second ball, Navas gets it forward. Walcott switches the field, looking for Hudson. What a play by Sonadia. She flips it between her legs to keep it in bounds. She'll play it forward for Stangerlin. Stangerlin's got a step on her defender. Into the box. Finds Krutner. Krutner with the shot, and she just sliced it wide. She just couldn't quite catch it cleanly. Montgomery trying to go back the other way. Pisano looking for Hudson. Nadia again chases that ball down and will now look to start the Dragon attack. Plays it forward, looking for Rollins, but Rollins couldn't get a touch on it. Dragons having played in 4 straight road games. Love and life back on their friendly confines of the Dragon Slayers. Shoved behind there by Pisano. Rollins goes down. No love lost there. As we can hear the men's soccer team, they just ended their practice, and now they are vociferously rooting on their female counterparts. This will be Jobst. She'll launch a left-footed shot into the box. Saved by Mayo. Walcott looking for somewhere to go with it. On her second try, looking for Navas. Scott able to cover and recover. As I mentioned, the Dragons had just got done 4 straight away games, having won 3 of those 4 with shutout wins at Richard Bland and Hartford. Mentioned in the first half that difficult New Jersey swing and over the weekend, losing 4-2 at Sussex, but a really strong as this one goes in the box. Shot off the crossbar, off the post. Pisano on the second attempt. Saved by Murray, and Rollins is able to kick it away on the third attempt. What a play! Dragons caught a break on the first one as that shot was looking like the back of the net, but the metalwork saves Murray. She made sure to take care of business on the second attempt as she batted that one away. And as I mentioned, Remy Rollins was there in time to hit it out to prevent the third attempt on shot. Now the Raptors will get their first corner of the game. Played short by Pisano. Navas tips it back, and Nichols just smartly clears it out. Krutner trying to fight through Hobbs, and Cobb's unable to really get control, and Howard wins the throw-in. Stangerlin checks back for the throw, and now she's just going to try to run through the middle. Gives it away. Hudson looking for Navas. Again, it will be Hudson. This time Navas will just take control. Plays back to Cobbs. Cobbs gets it up to Walcott. Played forward. Poloni mishit that one, but it will luckily roll straight back to Murray. Stangerlin finds Snotty. Snotty just charging into the box again. Still Snotty cuts it back inside. She'll play it back to Nauman. Slide tackle. Caught the ball. Really smart play by the Raptors defense there. Couldn't see exactly who that was, but able to poke her leg in and just get enough of the ball to poke it away from Nauman, who was bearing down, looking to try to get a shot off. And it looks like Sonati goes down, and the clock will be stopped for the injury. We will take a brief injury timeout. Oh, never mind, we won't, as looks like Sonati jumps right back up. And now it appears that the Dragons coaching staff will pull Snotty out for the injury, just as a precautionary measure. You know, when you're ahead 5-0, 15 minutes left in the game, no point in pushing it. And if that is the last action of the game for Snotty, what a fantastic game it was. She will come limping off the side of the field here. Rollins gets it for the Dragons, plays it back to Poloni. Looking for Kamara, and almost connected on that one. Nichols to Scott. Headed forward by Krutner. Kamara checks back for that one. She'll turn and go. Kamara still with it, trying to bomb forward. Still Kamara. And Velazquez will take it off her foot at the last second. But a strong play by Kamara trying to push forward. And that one will go out, and I believe that will be a corner kick, and the referees will agree as Cobbs hit that off the foot of Krutner. It will be Sophie Jopes who will come across again, as the Dragons will make a couple of substitutions as Krutner had gone down injured, with Rodriguez taking her place. And Zubak will replace Nauman in the midfield for Howard as well. Jopes slices it away from goal. Rollins trying to fight through it. It comes back to Jopes. Jopes this time will go for the back post. Nobody there for Howard. And it will go out for a goal kick. Cobbs looks for Navas. Riley Scott read that all the way. Walcott trying to find somewhere to go with it. She'll turn and look back behind her as Navas trying to make the overlapping run. Now the Back and forth, give and go. Rollins, a strong tackle on Navas, got all ball there. Nichols takes it away. Nichols plays it forward to Kamara. Kamara gets it into the box, cuts it inside. Yassine Kamara takes another touch. She'll take a shot, and that is deflected away. A great job by the Montgomery defense at the last second to block that one away. But Yassine Kamara shows off the moves. No other games being played in the region for women's soccer today, as there were several games yesterday with Hagerstown's women's soccer team beating Patrick Henry 11-0 and Anne Rundle taking down Harford 5-2. A bit of a shocking result there. Now Montgomery trying on the counter. Hudson finds Pisano. She's got space. Tries to play it forward to Navas, and this time she'll try to just play it over the top, and just nobody there for Montgomery as the forward player is just a little bit out of sync on that counterattack. Ten minutes remaining as Mejia tries to get to Walcott. Poloni cuts it out again. Navas trying to get into the box. Nichols checks all the way back from midfield and is able to play it out. Pisano, one-touch pass to Walcott. Back for Molina. Navas. And Nichols again plays it out. Kamara trying to just put some high pressure on Montgomery, forces them to go wide. And Nichols, who again takes the ball away, but this time plays it forward. But again, every second that ticks down is a second towards a Dragons win, where they will be feeling great about this one. This being the penultimate regular season game of their regular season. I mentioned before, they finish their season Monday at Catonsville. Friday will be their penultimate game, with Monday being their regular season finale, as Walcott caught offsides in that one. The Dragons defense moves up together well. For all you Dragon fans watching this broadcast, make sure to check in on www.howardccdragons.com for all the up-to-date news, roster, stats, stories for your Dragons, and all the information that you will need for that upcoming soccer tournament. As Pisano goes over the top. Navas, she's in. Navas, she will try a shot, and she will get around Murray for a goal as the Raptors pull one back. And we'll make it a 5-1 Dragons lead, as the Dragons defense, for the first time in this game, really just caught napping. the Raptors feeling some momentum going. Mejia gets around Jackson. Mejia will try a shot. And looking for the bottom right corner, just puts it a little bit wide. But Raptors starting to just feel a little bit more confident. But the Dragons getting a little bit too complacent right now. As Anna Torres will make her first appearance in this game. She'll replace Walcott. For Navas, that was her 13th goal of the season. Easily the team lead. She has scored 13 of the 21 goals that Montgomery has scored in this season. As they rely on her pace, and she finished well on that one. Whole lot of confidence and composure in putting that one to the net. Misplayed there, ball goes straight up, and Mayo catches it. Collision there as Zubak came straight up for it. Mayo went to the ground, but the referee says to play on. Jackson steps forward, tries to find Nichols. Cobbs cuts it out. Rodriguez fighting through it, gets it wide to Nichols. Cobbs once again showing off her athleticism as she continues to not get beat on the sideline. Now she comes sliding in from behind, and that is dangerous. And a foul is called. Sophie Jobs will once again come all the way across the field to take this one, as this will essentially be a corner kick, but a little bit closer. 3 Raptors in the wall for this, which means the Dragons basically are matching up one-on-one in the middle, and Jobs tries to just sneak it into the top right corner, but Mayo had the near side covered. Mayo punts it forward. Rollins again, first to it, as she has been seemingly all game long. Nichols trying to get around Cobbs, and again Cobbs able to slide forward and take it away, as the right shoe of Nichols came flying off on that play. Nichols throws it back to Scott. Back to Nichols. And it will go off the referee, which means play will be stopped. And Raptors will get control. Mayo plays it forward. Zubak heads it. Molina finds Mejia. Nichols is there in time. Zubak. And she will try to get it through to Kamara, but Kamara well offsides on the play. Molina switches the field. Velazquez touches it on. Finds Mejia. And cut out. Kamara trying to fight through. Molina, good 1-2 ball. Molina makes a good run forward. Gets around Poloni. Finds Torres. And that will go out of play for a Howard throw-in. So Quinteros will come in for Bazzano, and I have to imagine that that is the Raptors coaching staff trying to protect their star midfielder who has played our guts out today, but with just 2 minutes remaining and down by 4, just not their day, as the Howard Dragons have just been in control. With this result, Montgomery will fall to 5-4 as they prepare to host Hagerstown on Monday before closing out their regular season at home against Potomac State on October 20th in preparation for that regional tournament, which will be hosted at Harford Community College in Bel Air, Maryland. For Howard, they continue their hot streak. So they will improve to 10-2 on the year, another 10-win season for head coach Kate Seagroves in her 23rd season coaching the Howard Community College Dragons women's soccer team. Montgomery called for a foul with 40 seconds remaining, and Dragons will get one last chance to put it forward. Jopes puts some air into it, tries to get it through, and Mayo comes forward to catch it.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That will do it. The Dragons with a dominating effort as they come through with a 5-1 win over the Montgomery Raptors. Their longtime rivals, and the Dragons come out on top in this one. That will do it for us, as Howard will close out their home regular season on Friday, October 15th at 4 p.m. against the Southern Maryland Hawks. Make sure you stay tuned for that one. On behalf of everybody here at the Howard Community College Athletics Department, we thank you for watching. Final score, Howard 5, Montgomery 1.